Hi, okay. Hey, Tony. So, good to see you today. And so for homework, I had you do the life wheel, which I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to share my screen so we can both be on the same page. So here's your ratings. I plopped them into this document.
No.
Um, so just take a look at them just initially. So for the life wheel, what we're doing is it's a way to structure a conversation around sort of the main areas of a person's life. To see how satisfied they are in each of these areas. And then we can use it to develop a coaching plan or help you identify a focus for coaching, or just to kind of help you sort of get a sense of where things are at in your life in terms of how satisfied you are with things, and then we can go on from there. So just for a second, take a look at your ratings, and is there anything that surprises you as you look at the numbers in this format?
No, I mean, it's kind of, I guess, how I felt about, significant others and family and children are kind of, right around the same,
Mm-hmm.
that 8, 9,
Yeah, that's
you know,
great.
and same with my job and career. I'm pretty satisfied in those
Yeah,
areas.
yeah, that's great. You have some, even a 7 isn't really, that's a good number as well. So obviously room for improvement, but you look like you have some satisfaction. And with one area, finances is a 4.
Yeah.
So identify. Let's talk about one of these areas for a few minutes. So um, choose one that you would like to talk about for, maybe create a coaching plan around or make some next steps around.
Finances. That
Okay,
would be,
finances. Okay,
that's
so
that's the one that I always grapple with.
okay. So finances, I'm going to make a note. I'm going to take notes as we're talking. So finances. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for now and just have a conversation about the finances. So yeah, your current rating is a 4. So tell me what's happening in your life around your finances that makes it a 4.
I think, like most parents or professionals, you never have too much enough money.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but in all sincerity, it's being much more planful and, in our family's finances. And, I guess as I'm getting older, just want to make sure that, that my wife and I, my family, we have the resources that we need, not only just to be able to take care of our current needs, but also, for having
Yeah.
future resources.
So for future resources, like for retirement or other things.
For retirement. And if right now, my wife and I are talking about, we would love to purchase a second home, a beach house,
Oh,
a house before. So, I think that's really not so much been weighing on us, but developing a plan to be able to do that and to
oh,
achieve that goal.
that sounds awesome. Okay. Anything else about that around sort of what's happening currently that's contributing to the 4?
Um, you know, so planning for saving and planning to save for making a plan to save for a beach house, and then also retirement
Okay.
and being able to in just being able to save more.
Yeah. Anything else on that?
That's
Has there
that.
ever been a time in your life where your satisfaction with your finances has been lower than a 4?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think when we first started having children, and we were starting out our careers, and definitely living paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
you that it was, finances were definitely a stressor in our lives. Just, because we didn't, there were times you talk about planning, we didn't have anything to plan, to plan with.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I would definitely say when we first got married and started having children, I would put that in a 2.
Yeah. So you mentioned that it was really a stressor in your lives. Would you say that the 4 rating are your finances a stressor right now, or is it really just a lower level of satisfaction? Right.
I think I would say a lower level of satisfaction
Okay.
from where we are.
Has there ever been a time where it's been higher than a 4?
Um, yeah, yeah, I would say I would say probably, about a year or two ago, where where we can definitely feel, we were at a point in our lives and our point of our careers where you actually, you felt your money, and you were able to do things that, not only that we needed to do, but we wanted to do. So I would say, in the past couple of years, we felt that it was higher than a four. Um, I rate it as a four now because it's more so just we want to plan, and
Yeah.
if I look at all the other things in my life, it's where it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely a four.
Yeah. So let me bring up the life wheel again and take a look at that for a second. So can you see this? Can you see the life wheel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So imagine for a minute that this four, you're under finances. Let's say you wake up tomorrow, a miracle has happened. You wake up tomorrow and a miracle has happened, and all of a sudden your satisfaction around finances has gone from a four to an eight. A miracle happened. What difference or what impact do you suppose it will have on all the other areas of your life? Suddenly your finances, you're more satisfied, exponentially satisfied in your finances.
Probably the most direct will be with family. We'll be able to do more. My wife and I will, I think we will feel more grounded in regards to having, resources, more resources to save for retirement. Yeah, and I think you just be able to have the access to do more things, and not, and I don't want to sound like selfish, like we just want to, buy a mansion, but it just, our kids are getting older, our 16-year-old is, we're looking at colleges, so that would definitely, it will definitely help it, with, tuition, and our youngest son goes to private school. So, it would definitely help in that aspect, and just, being able to, have
Yeah.
wants and needs, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And imagine then something happens and you wake up tomorrow morning and it's a two. Something bad's happened. What impact will it have on the rest of the areas?
Then I don't know if I'll be as satisfied in my job. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll be looking for maybe I'll
Yeah,
be
right. Could be.
maybe I'll be looking for another job, that's higher paying. It would it would definitely have an impact on, my family and kids.
Your
Because I
health and well being might go down because you'd be stressed
Yeah,
out.
because I'd be stressed, because I would be much more stressed
Yeah.
in the area. So, and even, I think even my spirituality, just kind of, I'm not saying it will go down, but I think that would probably go up, because I'd be
Uh-huh.
leaning more to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We're really,
Yeah.
in our household, we're really, spiritually based. So I think I find myself, when, certain stressors do happen, I lean more into that area.
Well, and it fits with your one of your top five values of spirituality. So that makes total sense. And
Yeah.
like your value of family as well, clearly is just as you're talking about satisfaction, and one of your values is family, and it shows just in your level of satisfaction and the commitment that you make
Yeah, and
to your
even
family.
with my friends, if I'm stressed, I don't find myself reaching out as much,
Uh,
connecting
yeah.
as much with my friends. So, it does it. It's not that, finances are, the center of everything, but I carry a big burden on it.
Yeah, yeah, understandably. I like to ask about this is, has there, what different, what would be different if it went up, or what would be different if it went down, just to really get a sense of how this part of your life really impacts all the other areas, because they're really interrelated.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you start working on one area, your level of satisfaction might go up in the others just because you're feeling more satisfied in general. So, okay, so that was helpful. It was helpful for you. So I'm gonna stop sharing. So let's talk about what would need to happen. So your level of satisfaction with your finances is a four. What do you suppose would need to happen, or what would need to happen in order for you to move from a four to, let's just go to a six? Be ambitious and move up to a six. And like keep the door of possibility open, even if it sounds ridiculous. Like, oh, if I won $1 million tomorrow, um, whatever. What are you supposed to need to happen?
I think, you know what, is having a concrete plan.
Okay.
And what that looks like is, having someone that can possibly teach my wife, um, more resources about, teaching us about finances, and what our options are. Because I think, we're not, we're not accountants, we're not, financial advisors. So having someone that can kind of teach us and support us.
What
I think
else do you suppose? Go ahead, sorry.
Being able to have additional sources of income, disposable income.
Okay.
And there are a couple of things that I'm doing right now that provide us that, so not only just having a full-time job, but, I also teach part-time, and, I'm dipping my toe into, doing some other work with some other organizations outside of what I normally do. So, that brings in additional resources.
Anything else that, if it happened, it would really help you move up that scale?
I mean, I would love definitely win the lottery.
Yeah.
Or if I had like a rich uncle that,
Yeah, a rich uncle, right? I know. Where are those rich uncles?
But I just think, having a solid plan, having the ability to be able to, generate additional resources, in terms of income, diversifying my income will be great. And then also just having someone that can be able to, kind of guide us through and teach my wife and I what we can do, even what we have.
So what difference do you suppose it'll make when your level of satisfaction is at a 6? What difference will it make for you personally, for Tony?
And maybe I would honestly feel like a great provider. It would just, it would give a sense of almost freedom to be able to do things. I guess, in terms of, it definitely was peek into my creativity side where
Yeah.
if we're talking about, possibly, it'll be a good goal to have a beach house. We can, now I can, be, spend more time thinking about, okay, where and, what type and what, do we have to, does it have to be something that's move-in ready or something that we can be able to, renovate? I think it just opened up more options for us.
Yeah.
And then, thinking about our kids, could it, as they're beginning to, go to college, or, could we save money for them, and put things aside for them, not just for college savings, but just be able to help them out. That would be kind of cool too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Wow. Your face, like, as you were thinking, you're like, wow, to be this, like there was this little level of excitement in there as you're thinking about, wow, this really could make a difference.
It opens up, it would open up a lot of doors. I mean, even, like my wife is going back to school, could she take time off and maybe do a sabbatical and, be, and I can be, we don't have to rely on both incomes. We have enough to be able to live off of, within reason, we have the budget, we can absorb that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would open up a lot of doors.
Right. So anything else? Like what about, so your kids, you might be able to save money for college, or your wife might be able to take a sabbatical. You'll have more of a sense of freedom. You can be more creative about where your beach house is going to be. What's it going to look like? Do we buy a fixer-upper? Do we buy one that's already ready to move in? You're going to feel like a great provider, which was really there was even the way you said it. Again, there goes your value of family coming in. All of the things that you're sharing, I can really hear your values coming in terms of family and creativity. And
we could give, maybe able to give more.
Give more, yeah. To like charity or your favorite coach, Brenda.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's something that we value too as a family, to be able to give,
Yeah.
you know, in that, you know, and it wouldn't feel as a burden to give, you know, as if you have it. Yeah. Hate to sound so, you know, I don't know.
No judgments on how you're thinking. Throw those out the window.
Okay.
It's all good, and I love hearing this because I hear the level of excitement in your voice for what could be. You know,
Yeah.
what if, you know, what if you started making plans, like you said, to move more in the direction of this goal? Think about the possibilities. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So knowing that when your level of satisfaction with your finances moves up to just a 6, I mean, 6 is good.
Yeah.
You feel like a great provider. You'll have more of a sense of freedom to be more creative, to spend more time thinking about your beach house, where it is, what it's, you know, is it going to be a fixer up or a move in ready? You'll have more options open up to you. You'll be able to save more money for college. Your wife could take a sabbatical. You'd have enough income to live on with just one income, and you could give more and it not being a burden to give. Well, like, listen to that list. Holy cow. That's pretty cool.
Pretty big.
Yeah. I know. So let that energize you. And let's go back to that list of having a concrete plan, having someone who can teach you and support you to move in the direction that you want to move.
Yeah.
Having additional sources of income, diversifying your income, winning the lottery and finding that rich uncle. So those were like, what if one of those things happens? So considering all of the things that are going to happen, you're going to feel like a great provider, have that sense of freedom, be more creative, all of those wonderful things. Is there something on this list that we created about what needs to happen that you're willing to go back and start making some next steps on? And so those were having a concrete plan and having someone who can teach you and support you around finances, having additional sources of income, so diversifying your income, winning the lottery, and finding a rich uncle. Do any of those sound like things you want to make a plan around to create some next steps?
I mean, honestly, Brenda, I think I can honestly make a plan around identifying someone to teach my wife and I more about finances.
So
and develop a plan.
So are you talking about like a financial planner, or do you have like who would be able to do that?
It'd probably be a financial planner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll call it a financial planner for the purpose of this. So financial planner. So you're going to start creating a step to identify someone and maybe set up a meeting with them.
Yeah.
Or what do you want to do? Okay, so identify.
Yep.
And schedule. I'm going to call it that.
Yeah.
So what do you suppose would be a realistic goal for you in terms of identifying someone to talk to?
In terms of a time frame?
Yeah. I know you're going on vacation, so.
Yeah, you know, but I think we can do something relatively quickly. So I would say, what's it, July 23rd right now?
24th.
24th?
Yeah.
You know what? I can commit to August 15th.
Okay. August 15th.
I think that's realistic because I think both of us can do that.
Okay.
We can do it together.
So then you'll identify the person, and then when would you like to contact them by to schedule something?
If we identified someone by August 15th, I think we can commit to work with someone by September 1st.
Okay. Yeah, obviously it'll depend on when they can meet, but you know, at least if you've like identified the person and reached out to them and started that process by September 1st.
Well, I think it's also more realistic too because my wife's a school teacher, so she's not working right now, and you know, school teachers don't get paid during the summer.
Yeah.
So by September, you know, she will be back in the classroom or, you know, teaching. So we would know we would have a better handle on what we're working with.
Okay, cool. Okay, so August 15th, you and your wife will talk about and try, do some research and ask around maybe who you're going to contact. And then by September 1st, you'll have at least reached out to some, or have an appointment if they can meet by then. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Either have an appointment or schedule an appointment date.
Okay, cool. Awesome. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being you have no confidence in this plan, and 10 being you're fully confident you will do this, how confident are you?
I say a 9.
A 9. Awesome.
A 9.
That's great. Is there anything I can do to support you in this plan?
Could you email me?
I could email you. Yeah.
Or text me?
Text you? Yep, text. And what do you want me to just have you done it yet? Where are you?
That's it.
Like, okay, just to check in. Okay.
Yeah, just like that gentle push.
Yeah. When do you want me to do that by? So you're gonna identify someone by the 15th. Schedule or have an appointment by the 1st.
Could you do it before the 15th? Just like, just kind of saying, have you and your wife met? You talked yet?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe like earlier that week, like around the 10th, maybe. Okay.
And
I'm putting that down.
And then maybe once and maybe before except end of August, just kind of keep pushing me.
Okay. Pushing. You bet. Awesome. So you are going to identify, you and your wife will talk and identify, you will research, identify someone by August 15th and have an appointment, or at least have reached out and are talking to someone by September 1st. Cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
Works.
I'm excited for you. I can't wait to come visit your beach house.
Trust me, I can't wait either.
I know, I bet. Cool. Well, I will be in touch then with all of that. Anything else for today? Anything else that we need to?
Thanks, Brenda.
Oh yeah.
That was helpful.
Good. I'm glad. Well, good. I'm gonna then we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.